Water is life's matter and matrix, mother and medium. There is no life without water. Albert Sint, discoverer of vitamin C. Hello, I'm Shine Matthew with the KPS lecture. Today we have lesson number 3 of Geography, Water Resources. In this chapter, we are going to just see facts and figures, water scarcity, multi-purpose projects in India, opposition to large dams and social movements, hydraulic structures in ancient India, dams and different methods of water harvesting. Water is an inorganic, transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance, which is the main constituent of Earth's hydrosphere and the fluids of most living organisms. It is vital for all known forms of life, even though it provides no calories or organic nutrients. Water moves continually through water cycle of evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, and runoff, usually reaching the sea. Glossary: Hydrology, the study of the movement, distribution, and quality of water throughout the earth. Hydrography, distribution of water. Hydrogeology, distribution and movement of groundwater. Glaciology, study of glaciers. Limnology, inland waters. Oceanography, distribution of oceans. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. A small proportion is fresh water. Fresh water is mainly obtained from precipitation, surface runoff, and groundwater. Water is renewed and recharged. It is a very renewable and precious resource. Predictions of water scarcity by 2025. About 2 billion people are going to be affected with water scarcity. Facts and figures. Oceans, 96.5%. Fresh water, 2.5%. Fresh water, 70%, as ice sheets and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland, and mountains. Less than 30%. Groundwater. India receives just 4% of the world's precipitation and ranks 133rd in water availability. Renewable water resources in India is about 1,897 square kilometers per annum. Water scarcity. Which are the different reasons of water scarcity? Water is abundant and renewable. Some regions with acute shortage of water. Regions having low rainfall are drought-prone areas. In Rajasthan, it is visible. Women balancing mud cars, earthen pots. Availability of water depends on time and space, on seasonal and annual precipitation. Scarcity mainly caused by: number 1, over-exploitation; number 2, excessive use; number 3, unequal access; number 4, the growing population. Great demands, unequal access. Number 5, domestic use and food production, higher food grain production, overexploitation. Number 6, expansion of irrigation, especially in dry regions for agriculture. Number 7, wells and tube wells lead to falling groundwater levels. Number 8, industrialization and urbanization. Industrial units, especially MNCs, exerting great pressure. Energy for industries from hydroelectric power. India's hydroelectric power is about 22%. Number 9, urban centers, especially large and dense population and their lifestyles. Energy and water requirement is getting increased. Number 10, housing or colonies in cities. Usage of groundwater pumping devices. What are the results of these overexploitation? Depletion. 2 types of sciences: quantitative and qualitative. quantitative change due to overexploitation, qualitative change due to pollution by domestic and industrial waste, chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers. And what is the need of the hour? Management and conservation, safeguarding us from health hazards, ensuring food security, preventing degradation of ecosystem. Exploitation and mismanagement impoverish this resource, results ecological crisis. Multi-purpose projects in India. Ancient time onwards, India used to have conservation and management, constructing sophisticated hydraulic structures, especially dams, reservoirs or lakes, embankments and canals. What is the role of dams? It is mainly used for, number 1, irrigation purposes. Number 2, hydropower generation. Number 3, domestic and industrial uses. Number 4, flood control. Number 5, recreation. Number 6, inland navigation. Number 7, fish breeding. Now India has got many multi-purpose projects with integrated usage. For examples, the Bakranangal project across Satluj and Bias rivers. It is for hydropower generation and irrigation. Hirakud project across Mahanadi, conservation and flood control. After independence, India constructed multi-purpose projects with different intentions. Integrated water resources management, development and progress. The first Prime Minister of India described dams as temples of modern India. Recent integration of development of agriculture, of village economies with rapid industrialization and growth of the urban economies. But it is not free of opposition. These large dams are opposed. That is due to many reasons. Regulation and damming, number 1, affect natural flow. Number 2, low sediment flow. Number 3, excessive sedimentation at the bottom of reservoirs, rocky formation. Number 4, these regions become poor habitat for aquatic life. Number 5, prevents aquatic fauna migration, especially for spawning. Number 6, submergence of vegetation and decomposition. Two most important social movements resulted by this opposition, Narmada Bachao Andolan and Tehri Dam Andolan. These movements, due to large-scale displacement, people of these regions had to give up land, livelihood, access and control over resources, benefited by large farmers, industrialists, and a few urban centers. Cropping pattern in India got changed. It becomes water intensive and commercial crops, which has got its own ecological consequences. One of the most important results is salinization of the soil. Social landscape also got changed, increased the gap between landowners and landless poor, conflicts between people, different uses and benefits. In Gujarat, Sabarmati Basin, farmers' agitation over supply in urban areas is an example. Interstate water disputes become very common these days. Dams failed to control flood. Number 1, flood due to sedimentation. Big dams are unsuccessful in controlling floods. Some other reasons. Number 2, water release caused flood-like situation in Maharashtra and Gujarat in 2026. Flood devastated life and property, soil erosion. Number 3, floodplains deprived of sedimentation, results land degradation. Number 4, projects induced earthquakes. Number 5, waterborne diseases. Number 6, pest and pollution, excessive use of water. These are the different problems related with the construction of dams. What do you mean by a dam? A dam is a barrier across flowing water. It obstructs, directs, retards the flow, creates a reservoir or lake or impoundment, Dam refers reservoir than the structure. Spillways are constructed to flow intended water, classified according to structure, purpose, or height. Structure or materials, timber, embankment, and masonry dams. On the basis of height, large and major, or low, medium, and high dams. Hydraulic structures in ancient India. Number 1, water harvesting system at Sringaverapura in Allahabad, channeling flood water from Ganges. It is in the very first century BC. Number 2, Chandragupta Maurya constructed dams, lakes, and irrigation systems. Number 3, irrigation works in Kalinga, Odisha, Nagarjuna Konda in Andhra Pradesh, Benur in Karnataka, and Kolhapur in Maharashtra. Number 4, Bhopal Lake, the largest artificial lake constructed in the 11th century. Number 5, tank and house cars in Delhi, constructed by Iltutmish in 14th century, supplying water to Siri port regions. Narmada Bachao Andolan movement or Seth Narmada movement. It's an NGO, mobilized tribals, farmers, environmentalists, and human rights activists. Sardar Sarovar Dam across Narmada. Focus environmental issues, vegetation submergence, and refocus rehabilitation. Now we saw the different methods of water harvesting. It's an alternative, socioeconomic and environmental. Ancient time onwards, people used to have hydraulic structures. They used to have well knowledge in rainfall, soil types, harvested rainwater, groundwater, river, and flood water. We saw the different methods. Number 1, Guls, Guls, or Kuls, Kuls, practiced in western Himalayas. These are the channels built in the hilly and mountainous regions. These are diversion channels which made for the purpose of agriculture to irrigate the fields. Number 2, rooftop rainwater harvesting practiced in Rajasthan. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is the technique through which rainwater is captured from the roof catchments and are stored in reservoirs. Number 3, in Bengal, inundation channels. Channels meant to carry overflow water from rivers and other water bodies to fields for irrigation. Number 4, rain-fed storage. Gardens in Jaisalmer and Johats in Rajasthan. Gardens are ingenious construction designed to harvest surface runoff water for agriculture. Johats, known as percolation ponds, are community-owned traditional harvested rainwater storage wetland principally used for effectively harnessing water resources. And number 5, underground tanks or tangas in Bikaner, Palodi, and Barma regions of Rajasthan. The purest form of water is rainwater or pala pani. Western Rajasthan, the practice is in decline there is due to the perennial Indira Gandhi Canal. Many parts of India, rainwater harvesting successfully adopted. One example is given, Jendatu, Mysore in Karnataka. 200 households installed the system. Its annual precipitation is just about 1,000 millimeter. 50,000 liters by every household. But 20 houses have got 100,000 liters capacity tanks. Notice here, Tamil Nadu is the first state in India made compulsory rainwater harvesting with every newly built houses. One thing to be remembered here, a special kind of traditional 200-year-old traditional system, that is bamboo drip irrigation system, that is practiced in Meghalaya, tapping by using bamboo pipes used to divert perennial springs. Thank you.